Hey collective, how's it going? Gonna get a general read in forward movement for 2025, April 13th, full moon. What do we have coming through for collective? Unisex read. Okay. Disclaimer, trigger warning also if need be if any information comes in that could be bothersome. We have here the Ace of Swords coming through first. Okay, what are we gonna be putting attention on? Temperance following with the Four of Cups to the Nine of Cups. Okay, put attention on the rescaling, resetting self, right? Intentions after, leaving certain contracts that were expired or that had expired for X amount of reasons, right? Seven of Swords, being mindful of the sketchy plays that go on based on past experiences that we learn, right? We're evolved now, we're experienced, and so we are able to best move in business with the acknowledgement of the micromanaging that goes on from some, the intent to dominate by others, right? And some intent to humiliate. We know the plays kind of energy. Okay, Two of Cups. So now we're best connected to that individual, friends, coworkers, family members who are most supportive. Like you can't treat people right or their necessary value if you're not really realizing their value, right? Kind of energy. So you're valuing those with quality forward collective. We have the Hermit and the Sun here. So now we're able to value others differently, right? Connect with others differently. Express ourselves with select individual differently based on the past experience. Okay, what more, spirits? It is 5:19. Okay, we have the Sun coming out again to the Star, to the Eight of Swords to the Star. That Eight of Swords is below the Temperance. The Temperance is balancing. This is after the introspection, reflection, okay? This is calculating, being accounted for like past situations. I'm seeing like a type of friendship that no longer exists, but it's like looking at the fine details of why it no longer exists and holding that into account, as the experience forward. That's where it builds us, right? This is that kind of energy. And that's even putting us on the scale to be weighed up too, to see where we take part, or took part in either side of the scale of the situation of the past, right? That way we could present ourselves and apply ourselves better, the better version of us. Okay? I need 4, and I got 4. Okay, we have the World and the Hermit coming through. And then the Ace of Wands and the Devil. So knowing the contracts, the fine details, the morals, the values, okay, because we're going to enter into a contract, okay? We're going to be invested there. That saying, signing a life over, you're fully invested somewhere. So like in a sense, so to speak, you could be signing your life, right? Not really signing your life, but you're putting your attention there. You're devoted, right? You're voted, you vowed, you committed. You vowed, I'd rather say that. You committed to a certain person, a certain idea, a certain task, right? But I see it getting followed through with the World and the Nine of Cups, with the proper crew. Okay, with the proper members in that crew, it's going to be achieved and what is that? Exceptional. There you go. Exceptional amount of time is coming through. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, Knight of Pentacles with the Ace of Wands. All your creativity, all your uniqueness, diversity is coming to play. Okay, this is genuine. This is natural. You produce naturally. What is naturally from you is going to multiply. And that's for each in the crew. Okay? Each of y'all are third eye open. Each of y'all are really empowered with who you are. Is what's coming through 2025. I could see full circle for some as of 2026. But it's like already in effect now. April 13th. Full moon at that. We're in that full moon in Aries. Okay? Aries season at that. Okay? And we have that new moon on the 27th in Aries. Okay? So currently we're in the full moon in Libra. Pertaining to the scales, right? Balance. What is suitable? What is fair, right? Okay. Kind of energy. And seeing the plays differently. You know, we know what experience we went through in the past, right? We're knowing, like certain information is more highlighted because we have that experience of past situations, past sabotages, right? Past bad relationships, be that toxic, be that doesn't necessarily have to be toxic. It could just be incompatible, right? Okay, so to a degree, that someone that's incompatible with another could seem toxic. Like, why don't you want to get up and go do this or that? You'd rather do this. And like, well, that's their interest. You know, that's why we're going to be analyzing the contract, the morals, the values, okay, the investment, the team efforts, okay, before we enter the contract. You know what I'm saying? All right, collective. Two of Wands, overall energy, crossing, judgment. And really just being content with the now. Content with the now. Okay? See the big picture. Spirit Animal Oracle, number 29. See the big picture. Okay? We have to look at the big picture. Sometimes it's even family, our own family that we have to, like, sever ties with. Okay? Like, not sever, like, we got to do away with it. We have some we're going to sever, some we're going to do away with. Some family members we cannot hold on to. They have not yet done their shadow work. They just have not yet stepped to us. Honestly, how are we going to allow our family members to jeopardize our success? We've gotten to the amount that this is like the link here in our life, in our career, in our development. Why would we allow even a family member to distract us with some false truths, you know, or manipulated truths? Like sometimes we're gonna have to cut ties with family members, okay? A lover or a potential lover, right? Sometimes it's our own habits, you know? It's an experience, a lifestyle. It's a habit that we adapted to, right? We became accustomed to. So we gotta know our morals and values to know where we're going, how we're gonna go about it at that. Okay? With the Four of Cups and the Star, we have to analyze it, pay attention. Because Spirit could bring to us an offer, an opportunity. However, if we're not fit for it, we're not going to tend to it as it needs to be tended to. And then Spirit could also take it away. The Lord could give it and the Lord could take it away, kind of energy, you know? So if we're reaching and hoping for the most out of a situation, or the most out of our life, our experience, or to provide the most of our own creation, our creative side, then we have to be fit to produce that. Mind you, collective, we're investing part of us into others, right? We can't always share a part of our creation to someone else because they don't know what to do with it. And it's coming through that too. I need to be very cautious about my work because I do write, right? And artists do produce my music. I write, but it's like at the end of the day too, Linda, you can't always do that because they're on their own intent in life. They could deliver that message in a whole nother type of energy. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm having kind of like, not conviction, but that's the word coming through. Have some conviction, have some discipline, have some acknowledgement on that. And I can't just sell or share work because it could be produced, delivered in a whole nother lighting. You know what I'm saying? And so I have to be cautious with that. That's what Spirit's bringing to me. Thank you, Spirit. It is 5:26. Okay, let's see. All right, Spirit. Okay, radical acceptance from the goddess. And then we have here romantic love. And yeah, even if this is pertaining to love, like how we're going to treat our partner to be, you know, we're going to know how to really tend to him, tend to her, because we know how not to, you know. We have humor. Even the jokes have to be comprehended. Okay, what more, Spirit? We have here co-creation, collaboration. That's on that contract energy, okay? With the Devil and the Two of Cups, knowing how we're going to co-create, collaborate with others, what we bring to the table, and what we intend to achieve from it. Okay, we have mastery here, and then we have compassion. Okay, compassion in the workplace, compassion in the coexistence, collaboration with others, right? Humor, being in tune with our humor side, still presenting, providing love, even if love wasn't always provided to us, kind of energy. Like, I mastered that I'm not always going to receive love from everyone, but I also mastered that I can still provide love to others. You know what I'm saying? And healthy boundaries, and that's what I'm saying, to others. That doesn't mean to everyone, to others, those that are quality to receive the love, right? I don't like to use certain words, and certain words want to come through. The in-between. Knowing where we're going, where we're coming from. Okay? Ooh, these come through. Honor your inner knowing, collective. Honor your inner knowing. Be graceful in movement and in action. Trust and thrive. And elder, move beyond ancestral patterns. We cannot have that limiting mind frame, okay? It's not gonna get us too far, honey. It's not gonna get us too far, honey. Okay? We're here, we're plotted here in a type of environment. This is my views. And we are to come out of those obstacle courses from that environment. And in what shape that we come out is gonna be on us, right? How do we allow life, our environment, situations, news, broadcasts, the reports, right, to affect us? Because we're like the model here. We're the model here of amongst everything that we had been impacted by. Okay, so how does the model look? How does the model react to X amount of situations, right? How are they moving forward? Okay. Ooh. Okay. I'll relax my own strength sometimes. No. Okay, we have attraction here and support coming through. Attraction, strong attraction binds you and another person together, collective. This connection is both emotional and physical, drawing you closer in the positive and the right frequency kind of energy, right? With the right intent. Okay, we know the intent, where it's coming from, where it's going, and so therefore we're gonna know the outcome, right? It's gonna be pretty satisfying. Okay, so support. Friends, family, and colleagues are offering you unconditional support, helping you through challenges and making you feel loved. Okay, and sometimes we're distant friends, right? We don't necessarily know them, but I feel like I do, or if I did, it's gonna be like really positive, right? Producing good results. Opportunities, new opportunities are coming your way, collective. Was coming from your way. Yeah, definitely. Like we'll match you in this way, kind of energy, right? New opportunities are coming your way, offering you a chance for significant progress in your personal and professional life. Opportunities. All right, collective. That's what I have for you today with this full moon. Okay, well, number 49 is going to be a significance. It's also 13, 27, also 9, 5. 2, 9, 2 nines, and 15, 6. 15, 2, 5. 13, 49, 9. 27, 45, 9. Okay, could be all significance. That's pertaining to the drive and the connectivity, okay, of the structure being applied, okay, and how you're going to commit and what cycles are you producing, okay? All right, thank you, collective. That's what I have for you. Take care. Peace be. Ciao.